Welcome to the show. How are you, folks? On a Tuesday, a filthy titless Tuesday. How are you? 833-599-6425. 833. Let's turn this down a little. I don't know. Test one right there. There you go. 833-599-6425. Big shout out to Justin Wendell. Why? Because he joined at the Michael level, the $30 level. People still signing up, folks. The show is about to break huge. If I take a couple lessons in marketing, it would have broke huge 21 years ago. But that's only what I majored in at the University of Maine with a solid 2.4. And that's with abundant cheating. I'll add that to the... But I spent half the time on fucking calculus. How does that help you? How does the power rule or the chain rule help you in marketing? It doesn't is the fucking answer. Am I correct? You are correct, sir. Here it comes, the smoking phlegm. Well, it sounds a little tinny. I don't know. Don't touch anything. It's... Since I came back from the Texas flight, my head's congested. Sitting next to a lady with a live rooster on her lap from Guatemala. That probably didn't have anything to do with it, did it? Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. That's the old GoPro camera. I used to put that on my baseball cap and sneak into locker rooms. Well, they didn't have the technology back then, Nick. Well, I just made it up. What are you, fucking literalist? Hey, go to nickdip.com for my tour dates. I'll read them to you if you're listening. Saturday, October 27th, Lucy's in Pleasantville, New York. November 2nd and 3rd, Governor's Levittown, Long Island. Tuesday, November 6th, the Fat Black Pussycat. That's around the corner from the Comedy Cellar in New York City. Friday, November 9th and 10th, Comics at Mohegan Sun, Uncasville, Connecticut. Friday, November 30th and Saturday, December 1st, the Corner Comedy Club, Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada. Beautiful up there. That should be fun. I'm a big fan of falling water. I went over those falls when I was in 6th grade. Wearing a pair of shorts. That was it. I survived. What a fucking liar. Monday, December 31st, Tarrytown Music Hall. That's New Year's Eve, ringing in 2019 at one of the most beautiful venues in the country, 20 minutes from my house. And I would live in that place. It's fantastic. It really is. It's fantastic. We do the show live. You know that, right? Sure you do.
Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
That's what I do. I write it and I do it live.
Fucking thing sucks.
Yes, it does. Talking about my hairbrush.
I want all of you to enjoy your cake. So, enjoy.
I did the insanity workout today. I did the 25-minute cardio. You got to stay focused. You got to stay within yourself. Sean T. I'd like to meet that guy. He just got married to his boyfriend. I'd like to congratulate him. But he always grabs the guy's hips in the videos, I notice. I got my hands on Kevin's hips right now. He's working his core. I'd like to work it with him. I bet you would, killer. What's going on in the world? I'll tell you what's going on. Yes, I will take time to gloat as a Bostonian. It's one thing to beat the Yankees 16-1 in fucking April or May. It's another thing to do it at Yankee Stadium in October during the Division Series. It was like porn for me last night. I knew right away they were whacking Luis Severino around like the bitch that he is. He really is a tremendous pitcher. But earlier in the year, we were hitting him. And anyways, I don't want to get too cocky, but it was a beatdown like you have never seen in the playoffs. Tied a record for the biggest lopsided margin. Actually, that was the biggest lopsided victory as far as victory of margin in the playoffs. And it tied the second, which was the Red Sox beating the Indians 23-7 in 1999. So they finally woke up, and goddamn it, that Alex Corey, you got to hand it to him. I'm guessing manager of the year, but you got to hand it to him. The lower third of the Red Sox lineup couldn't hit a fucking bull's ass with a bass fiddle, or as Tommy Lasorda would say, couldn't hit the fucking water if he fell out of a boat. But they were like 3 for 27 the first couple games. So he put in Brock Holt, and he put in Christian Vasquez. Sandy Leone, way better. Bear with me, the rest of the country that's not from New York or Boston, but come on, this doesn't happen that often. But he made serious changes, and all those guys came through. Well, how did Brock Holt come through, Nick? Well, I'll tell you how he came through. He only hit for the cycle. Only guy in the history of Major League Baseball, has been around for 441 years BC. Only guy in the history of professional baseball to hit for the cycle during the postseason. Let's take a look at it, shall we, as I get out my lube and my rag.
He smacks one into center field, a base hit.
Oh,
First
did he
ball
ever.
swinging for Brock Holt.
And that's the key.
And the Brock Star aboard.
Swing at the first pitch. I've been saying it.
2-1 pitch. Swung on a rope to right field.
Oh,
It's
that's
down the
rope.
line. Fair. It's gonna go to the corner.
Yeah, that's in the corner.
Bogarts will walk home. Pierce is going to get waved also. Here comes the throw.
What's the score?
Pierce is safe and around
what's
second
the
in
score?
the third standing.
What's
is
the score?
Brock Holt, a
Yeah, but-
2-run triple, and the Red Sox
What?
in the double digits. It's 10-0. 1 ball, 1 strike to Holt. And the pitch is hit in the air to deep right center
Oh,
field.
boy.
Gardner
Oh.
going back, still going back. It bounces off the track and into the Yankee bullpen for a ground rule double.
41-0 at this
Another
point.
run batted in for Brock Holt, his third of the night, and it's his third hit.
All right, here's the Brock Star. What a night he's had. And he swings and rips one deep to right down the line toward the corner, hooking, and it's a home run. A 2-run homer
Look at the
for
empty
the Brock
seats.
Star. And he has hit for the cycle for the single.
Hit for the cycle. That last one is it was off of Austin Romine, who's a position player. He's not a pitcher. That's how bad it was for the Yanks. Doesn't matter, though. Does not matter. That is a goddamn cycle. Unicycle, bicycle. I don't give a fuck. That's a cycle. Okay? Honus Wagner didn't do it. Babe Ruth didn't do it. Gehrig didn't do it. All of those greats. Nobody did it but the Brock Star. But let me just say this. After bragging, I don't want to give the wrong impression to the Yankee fans out there, who I have plenty of fans. This is far from fucking over. I know it. I'm 56 years old. Started following them when I was 5. 1967. I still remember when they won the pennant. Okay, so 51 years. I know, and I'm still scared shit of that Yankee lineup. Because if they get into our bullpen, which throw like a bunch of retarded girls, it could go the other way. I don't even know who's starting tonight. Porcello, I'm guessing, maybe. Porcello or... do you know, Jay? Is it Porcello? Yeah?
Porcello and Sabathia.
There you go. Sabathia doesn't scare me anymore. Big, angry black fellow with a drinking problem who eats a box of fucking Fruit Loops for breakfast. And he did. That's how when he dropped a bunch of weight, he said he quit eating I think 1 or 2 boxes. But seriously, Fruit Loops. And he's an angry motherfucker. I want you to guys keep an eye on when Jackie Bradley Jr. comes up. CC Sabathia hates him. Nobody knows why. Every time he gets him out, he calls him a motherfucker coming off the mound and shit, calls him a bitch. I don't know if Jackie JBJ fucked his wife. I don't know the history. Maybe I'll start that rumor right now. But 1 game away from moving on, facing the Astros, and good luck beating them. Jesus H. Christ, are they good. H standing for Houston in that sentence, by the way. 833-599-6425. Call in. I don't feel like working. Call in. 833-599-6... Yep. No. I don't see him on
YouTube comments.
Oh, on the YouTube comment. Fuck the Sox.
Actually, he said, fuck the Soxes. Yeah.
Fuck the Soxes. Well, I think Nelly's black. They're not big on... They don't know how to, fucking linguistically, they can't conjugate a verb or fucking know when to use an apostrophe or difference between your and you are and contractions. It confuses. But Nelly hates the Eagles, but he's a Philly guy, so I'm not sure who he's pulling. Maybe he's a Yankees fan. He's in that area, little south of Jersey. But fuck the Sox. Well, I can see why you'd think that, Nelly. I can't blame you after the embarrassing fucking show by the Yankees. And they're getting all over Aaron Boone, by the way, which is unfair. Oh, we should have taken him out sooner. For Christ's sake, he pulled him in the fourth or whatever. Anyways, but like I said, I never get too cocky against the goddamn Yankees. As long as we beat the Yankees, I don't care if we lose to the Astros, but I'm not saying that's going to happen either. But please don't fucking. In order to lose the Astros, you have to beat the Yankees, and please do that. Could you please? But that was tremendous. That was like fucking gay porn for me. I mean, like porn for me. What? Rockstar. What's the big news in politics? Oh, who cares? I'm so tired of it. If I could move to Dublin tomorrow, I would. Ireland, not Ohio. Although my brother lives in Dublin, Ohio, somewhere in that area. So maybe it's not a bad place either. But the big news politically is Nikki Haley, a little cutie Nikki, resigns as a U.S. ambassador to the United Nations. That surprised the shit out of me. Nikki Haley. We have a picture of Nikki Haley. There you go. There's Trump going, listen, I'll twist this fucking arm and snap it off. Look at Trump's tie. It's fucking an inch from his... He uses an arrow to his dick. He should write this way on his tie. But this surprised the shit out of me because she's been the one consistent, bright, shining star in the Trump administration. She's done quite a job as ambassador to the United Nations, which should be destroyed anyways. But she's been really, really one of the consistent bright spots, I thought. So I have no idea why she left.
I'm gonna find out what the hell happened here.
Nikki Haley resigned in a high-profile departure of one of the few women in the president's... Oh, will you stop with one of the few? I don't give a fuck if it's all men or all women. Whoever's more qualified to do the job. Check out how many women, you know who had working? Obama. And the ones that he did have working had cock and balls. Ever see Valerie Jarrett in a fucking Speedo? Might as well be Xander Bogaerts. Ms. Haley favored free markets and global trade and earned international attention for speaking out against the Confederate battle flag. Ooh. In the aftermath of the 2015 massacre at a black church in Charleston. Really went out on a limb there. She was the governor, by the way, of South Carolina. During Mr. Trump's presidential campaign, she sharply criticized his demeanor and warned what it might mean for American diplomacy, even suggesting his tendency to lash out at critics could cause a world war. Boy, were you wrong. It did just the opposite, didn't Nikki? So you were wrong there. You get caught looking. You were wrong on that one because ISIS, we haven't heard from him in a year. And we even met with a little fucking, little pudgy jerk-off in North Korea. Kim Jong Pancake. And so Ms. Haley acknowledged her policy disagreements with the president in an op-ed in the Washington Post last month. I don't agree with the president on everything, Ms. Haley wrote. When there is a disagreement, there is a right way and a wrong way to address it. I pick up the phone, call him, or meet him with him in person. Here's what I think. Here's where the rub is. By the way, she told Trump 6 months ago that she might be stepping down. So this isn't huge news. And I like how they're already mentioning people to take her position. And they keep mentioning all women. Like that's how it has to work. A woman has to replace a woman. 833-599-6425 is the phone number. Ms. Haley, she collided with National Security Advisor John Bolton after she announced that Mr. Trump would lead a session of the UN United Nations Security Council devoted entirely to Iran. And this is where John Bolton doesn't play around, the guy with the white mustache. After European officials protested, this would showcase divisions in the West because of Mr. Trump's decision to pull out of the Iran nuclear deal. The White House broadened the theme to countering weapons of mass destruction. Mr. Bolton did not criticize Ms. Haley, but as a former ambassador to the UN himself, he drove the decision to shift the agenda. I got to believe that's it. I'm starting to see now as I'm reading this. She's a chick. Bolton's a guy. Bolton comes in. Trump sides with Bolton. And probably her little South Carolina panties got in a bunch a little bit. I'm sure she wouldn't come out and say that, but I'm thinking that might be the deal breaker right there. Miss Haley also cast herself as someone able to sway her mercurial boss. That's why they describe me, a couple articles, as a mercurial. That's unpredictable, kind of lashing out, fucking, you don't know which way you're going. Well, you know, I take it as a compliment. What do you want to be, predictable and fucking boring? Like Obama with his fucking mother-in-law, faggy fucking jeans, riding a bike with a basket on and a helmet like the goo gobbler that he is. Back to the article. She could sway Trump, like issues, Russian sanctions, refugee resettlement, and the value of the United Nations itself. That's a stupid thing. How you can think the United Nations is valuable is beyond me. We fucking pay most of it, the Americans, just in parking tickets. When they park all over the city, we actually pay for it's unbelievable. I was trying to do a spot on the east side one night. I couldn't get a goddamn parking spot. They had those placards, UN placards in them. She was the first cabinet-level United Nations ambassador for Republican administration since the... she was the first cabinet level. Since the end of the Cold War, and quickly made clear she saw the position as a stepping stone to a higher political office, something that Mr. Trump may have resented. Time magazine celebrated Ms. Haley's ascendance by putting her on a cover as one of the women who are changing the world. One of the women who are changing the world. You know who the other woman is? Mike Lindell's wife, the guy founder of My Pillow. Apparently she came up with the fucking foam they put in. Karen Lindell. I just made that up. Anyways, she's gone, and there's nothing we can do about it. She's gone. Here's the other thing. Earlier this year, Republicans close to the White House whispered about the possibility Ms. Haley and Vice President Mike Pence run as a ticket together as early as 2020. However, Mr. Trump plans to run for re-election. In a January 2016 response to President Barack Obama's State of the Union address, she warned against following the siren call of the angriest voices, a clear rebuke of Mr. Trump. Well, you were wrong there, too. So, you know what? I was upset that I heard you were stepping down. Now that I read this article, I don't know. You're wrong in a lot of big shit. So go back to South Carolina. Go back to South Carolina and...
I want all of you to enjoy your cake. So, enjoy.
And she also said women who had accused Mr. Trump of sexual misconduct should be heard. And they were heard. They were friggin' heard. Matter of fact, we have him on tape saying he used to like to grab pussy. And again, bang, you know what? He still got elected. So you're 0 for 3 on the big ones. But I think she probably is going to run for senator or something. There's no way she's just... No fucking woman wants to go back to a house with 2 little kids. Right? Unless you're Lena Dunham and you're trying to touch one of them. That's enough. So that's the big deal, supposedly. And they're talking about Ivanka Trump, but you can't do that because they have rules on nepotism. I don't know what they are exactly, but right after Bobby Kennedy was hired by his brother Jack, they said enough of that horse shit. They're both dead now. It did not work out well. Bobby, when you headed to the kitchen, check out the shrimp at the Hotel California. And he checked in and you never come out. I'm going after the mob. Do not fuck with the grease balls. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, that's the big news. Let's get on to some more left-wing. Oh, boy, they are melting down. This is tremendous. You know, nothing but calls for the angry old white male to go away, and Trump is just making that argument look silly. He's an old fucking white guy running circles around you so-called genius elitist progressives, making you look like the assholes that you are for the last 2 years now. I mean, and it's just getting worse. Since the Kavanaugh thing, the collusion thing didn't pan out, so they're shitting their pants. The night he got elected, they were literally... I should have pulled up that clip of that fat pig crying, going... Still don't know if it was a boy or a girl, but they're still snapping. Some feminist twat's own writer for the New York Times, the headline, she writes, Kavanaugh Supreme Court, divorce your Republican husband, she said. And can you imagine your politics have actually just dripped down into your snatch? You can't separate the two. This is the worst case of penis envy I've ever seen. But I like this article. I don't know. It had to be a right wing. Matt Vespa wrote it, and he's had enough of these left wing douchebags. I fucking actually I love this. Love this article that he wrote here. Where's my Anyways. He says, this is war. These people aren't our friends. They're the enemy, period. Let's start throwing punches. Absolutely. He says, I love this. I'm happy we have a solid conservative majority on the court for the next generation, but the left is still gunning after Kavanaugh. Keep the powder dry and the bayonets fixed. We may have to skew more Democrats if they continue this assault on Associate Justice Brett Kavanaugh. And the woman who tweeted the thing for the New York Times, Jill Filipovic, contributing op-ed writer for the New York Times, said she had a rather unhinged proposal for women. Divorce your Republican husbands, she said.
You are a cunt, 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 cunt. If that's sneaking cunt. Say it ain't true, but he'll tell you you're a motherfucking cunt. You are a cunt, 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 cunt. Motherfucking cunt. Everybody knows from your head to your toes you're a big fat sneaking cunt.
There's their tweet. Like, literally nothing makes you angry. The suggestion that you may not be entitled to remaining married. What does that even mean? You may not be entitled to remaining married to people who systematically mistreat. Do you really think, Jill, you dumb gash, that nobody on the fucking left mistreats women? Hello, Hollywood. Hello, Harvey fucking Weinstein. Hello, Matt Lauer. Hello, Al Franken, you dumb cunt. It's kind of amazing how sensitive and thin-skinned you are. It's amazing how fucking ignorant you are. Jesus H. Christ. Is anything more disgusting than a woman who writes for the New York Times? Guarantee she's got a dick. Stupid. How about this? You guys out there, if your wife votes Democrat, fucking kill him tonight. With kindness. Kill him with kindness. Make them a nice dinner, light the candles, and then drop some drugs into their fucking chicken cordon bleu. And then pull their fucking ratty hair and wash their ass, because girls who vote Democrat don't wash that much. Stupid fuck. So it's only Republican men who fucking mistreat women, you ignoramus. Jesus H. Christ. Somebody find her. And again, bring your super soaker filled with cat piss and douse her from me. Chase her into a restaurant. Can't be hard. Go to any vegan place. Go to fucking Starbucks, wherever douchebags eat that think they're going to live forever. Yeah, put it up. You don't have to fucking ask me. Oh, look who she's with. The vile twat herself. The thick-ankle dog face. She's out there peddling her horse shit. Meanwhile, her rapist husband sits home jerking off to pictures of Hootah waitresses. That's the broad. She's actually cute. That's unusual for somebody who writes for the New York Times and has that point of view. Guarantee you she's got a penis. I guarantee you Jim Norton has her number in his fucking phone. What a dummy you are. The paper of record. They still call it that? Yeah, they set records for ignorance. Look at fucking Hillary. Ugh, I just want to cave her face in with a fucking ball-peen hammer. I pray she passes away. They showed a clip of her. I didn't pull it, but they had a clip of her at some college walking across campus, coughing like a fucking 8-pack a day. Nobody knows what's wrong with her. I'm guessing pubes in the back of her throat from her 800-pound fucking girlfriend, Tammy. Professional wrestler from Denver. Ooh, I like to fucking gouge your eyes out with a goddamn fucking melon scooper. Fill those holes with Cool Whip. She tried to lick the Cool Whip out even though she was blind. I've lost my mind. I sure have. Jill Filipovic. So go on her. Go after her on social media. Go ahead, folks. Go after her. Here's that song for her.
You are
One more time. This guy, Matt Vespa, I love it. He's had enough. He says, remember, this isn't a serious debate. Just poke and prod to get those liberal blood pressures up and watch the show. They'll scream, and after all that, just say to them, keep America great 2020 and shotgun a beer. I like beer. Repeat one more time and then walk away. Say, I like a beer, and then just walk away. Lick those wounds, you liberal loser. And when Ruth Bader Ginsburg, that skeleton fucking woman in her late thousands with plastic hips, decides it's time to leave, prepare for another conservative Catholic, Amy Coney Barrett, to take her place. Now that this is a majority, my glasses, I fogged them up from yelling at Hillary. I can't fucking. Now that is a majority, a major. I can't, it's all bleeding. I spilled something on this. Middle finger to liberal America. And I very much look forward to the day where we can deliver it with pride in our MAGA gear. God, help us. I love his spirit, though. Start fucking punching back. I'm going to show you a few clips of Antifa at work, and I would love for them to try this shit with me in my car. Trying to tell me where and what. They have lost their minds. They have lost their liberal minds. What's this? I thought I was gonna die. Alyssa Milano says she was sexually assaulted at a pop concert when she was a teenager. Oh, for heaven's sake. The 45-year-old actress is one of the figures responsible for spearheading the hashtag MeToo movement last year, following her allegations of sexual harassment against disgraced producer Harvey Weinstein. Now she has claimed her experience in Hollywood hasn't been the only time she's faced assault. Well, maybe it's you. As she alleges she was once attacked during a concert. I think it was Men Without Hats, and she was a lady without panties. When she was just 19 years old. Here's the video of her. And before we play it, this is the creepiest. You want to see the best example of lemmings and groupthink and followers? I mean, if this is not the literal definition, go ahead.
Mic check. My name is Alyssa. When I was 19 years old. I was at a concert. Of a very famous pop star.
Can we pause it? Why are they repeating this? Are they taking an oath of cuntiness? I don't get it. Can somebody explain that to me? Are you just proving that you're lemmings in the background? What? Can somebody explain that to me? Show me the equivalent on the right. Where somebody goes, I was 19. I got pregnant. I had a sonogram. And it said the baby was retarded. But I kept the baby. Because it's a human life. What the fuck? Go ahead.
Told the crowd to get closer to her.
Oh, it must have been Madonna.
This resulted in a stampede. People were smashed against each other. I couldn't breathe. I thought I was gonna die. From behind me. I felt a hand up my skirt.
It was Bill Clinton.
I was punched repeatedly.
It was Bill Clinton.
In the vagina.
One of these days, pow, right in the kiss. Bang, soon. I'm going to the moon.
Punch in the vagina. How do you do that? You got to kneel down and punch up? That's called punching up in the comedy world. And no truth to the rumor, the guy that did it lost his wristwatch. There is no funnier podcast, motherfuckers. Spread the word. Why am I telling you guys are patrons? What's today? Tuesday?
Today is Tuesday.
Yeah. She was punched in the vagina. Hey, who hasn't been punched in the vagina? I mean, Shepard Smith got punched in the vagina, and fucking Don Lemon's been punched in the vagina. Although, you know, if you're going to punch a 19-year-old Alyssa Milano in the vagina, not a bad pick. But T, I don't know what happened. She was standing there, and I couldn't see the Man with the Hats concert, so I gave an uppercut to the cunt. Paul, and your thoughts?
Why was Daniel thrown into the den of lions?
For jaywalking in Jerusalem.
Can most people accept laughter during romantic encounter?
I think they prefer applause.
I do this for dramatic effect. Have you ever a headache that bad? Your eyebrows go. I'm hungover. Melissa was punched in the snatch. Anybody get video of that? I will give you $10,000 to $12,000. Punched in the pussy. Punched in the pussy. It's sort of like get kicked in the balls, only not as painful. Nobody should punch anybody in the vagina. I'm just saying that's uncalled for. Unless it was a really good concert and you get crazy out of control and you're just trying to keep the beat with your right hand. Anybody seen my class ring? But Melissa Milano's a mental midget, and was it Who's the Boss? Who's the Boss? Beautiful set of tits, and just as dumb as a bag of hammers. Perfect to represent Hollywood, and she spearheaded the Me Too movement, so good for her. How's that working out for you? Now women can't get hired because men don't want to be alone in the room with you, and it's sort of backfiring like everything else you guys touch in Hollywood. It turns to shit. So, but somebody please explain to me that, what was this, the punch in the pussy cult? She pass around a cup of pussy juice and go, everybody drink from this. This is my body. Boy, this is getting vulgar. Yeah, it is. Not as vulgar as the clips I'm going to show you Antifa, George Soros paid mob, which it actually isn't in Portland. I think they just homegrown there. What a fucking a beautiful city at one point, ruined once again by, what is it, Mayor Wheeler? He's got a pussy. Somebody should punch him at a concert. Anyways, Melissa, we feel bad for you, honey. Yeah. It was so bad she reports it 30 years later. I wonder if you came. That's going over the line, huh, folks? But there is no line. CNN reporter apologizes for old tweets with gay slurs. Uh-oh, they're eating each other. The liberals are eating each other now. When somebody's asked to apologize from CNN, I wonder who asks them to apologize. And gay slurs. Well, Nick, you ask Nick, you say, what is it? Well, what are gay slurs? Well, shit like this, you know.
Fucking quiz!
Or something like this.
You know, your son looks like a fag to me. You better get married again, because he's going to wind up with somebody's cock in his mouth.
Or something like this.
He's a fag.
A White House reporter for CNN forced to issue a public apology. Oh, she's not going to get canned on Sunday night after some of her old tweets contained gay slurs. When I was in college, I used ignorant language in a few tweets to my friends, wrote Caitlin Collins on Twitter. It was immature, but it doesn't represent the way I feel at all. I regret and apologize, and that's it. That'll go away. She looks like Dana Lash, the gun nut. The tweets in question were posted by Collins in 2011. She joined CNN in June 2017. So can I defend her for a little bit, even though she's, works for the fucking biggest propaganda arm of the Democrat Party, CNN? Really, we're going to go back to some girl that was in college use the word fag or whatever. Really? Is that where we're at? That's where you're at, I should say. Lefties. Judging people that said shit. I am so glad that social media wasn't around when I was in college. Jesus Christ, I'd be doing 100 years in a Turkish prison. I mean, the stuff. We used to, we did the same shit. People, just the stuff I drew on people when they passed out would get me arrested. Fucking Sharpie with a big, wake up with a dick in your foot. You see these kids going to class. That's how I know. This one kid in our phone never even took showers. I'm in class. Hey, turn around. He's got the fucking dick from 2 nights ago drawn on his forehead. His hair was still fucked up. But that's ridiculous. I even have to defend her, even though I really shouldn't. She works for CNN, which is a criminal network. Here's some of the tweets that were posted by Collins in 2011. IDK, I don't know if I want a room with a lesbian. Oh, my God, so fucking harsh. She said that in one post. She used the word fag in another. Oh, my God. Take her out and beat her silly.
He's a fag.
One of Collins' co-workers told the Washington Examiner that they were personally offended by the tweets. Those are the people who should be taken out and fucking lashed. You know how when you throw gum on the sidewalk or you spit in Singapore, you get 100 lashes? That's what they should do to people, rats. Not only are you politically correct, you ratted out your friend. If anybody deserves to be punched in the snatch, somebody get her tickets to fucking Madonna.
Rich Wood on YouTube has a good solution. He says Alyssa Milano should be forced to punch the CNN girl right in the vagina for those tweets. Justice.
Yeah. Not that funny, but not a bad shot. No. Anyways, this is where we're at, though, huh? But she's not going to get canned. And you don't see Fox News doing a story for a half hour about this like you would if somebody at Fox News said this. It's just, we're living in two different worlds. Anyways. What else is going on? Oh, my boy, Al Sharpton. Yeah, boy! Al goddamn Sharpton.
There's something wrong with the black man's mind. There's something wrong with his mind.
Sharpton, after Collins Kavanaugh announcement, Trump base are like people who attend lynchings after church. He said this, obviously, on MSNBC, and let's show the video of this fucking moron.
He is doing is outrageous. When he mentions Adams' article about the lynchings, let's not forget these people would go to church and then go to the lynching after clothing themselves in morality. And that's what we're seeing today. When Susan Collins can stand there after this man mocked Al Franken last night, he not only has mocked the Dr. Ford, he takes it upon himself to mock people, if it's the Me Too protesters. The whole thing is bully, 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 and then he acts like he's doing it for the people. The people, the man inherited $413 million from his father and told the people, I'm one of you. Nobody that is cheering him has that kind of background. We need to start standing up to Donald Trump and not be intimidated and not be defensive.
But why won't any Democrats?
There's something wrong with the black man's mind. There's something wrong with his mind.
Yeah, you haven't been, that's the problem with the Democrat Party. You haven't been standing up to Donald Trump since he got in office. Could you be any more fucking ignorant, Al? Honest to God. Bully, bully. I love when adults use the word bully. And in comparing it to lynch. Bathing yourself in morality? Who's pointing and yelling bigot, racist? Who's judging people's morality every fucking second? Really? You have to be dicking me. Bathing himself in morality? How about the CNN woman who used gay slurs? Now she's working for CNN. Bathing herself in morality. You have to be fucking kidding me. There's nothing more sanctimonious than the Democrat Party. That's all they do is judge people and bathe themselves in morality. You're a bigot. You're a racist. You're sexist. You're misogynist. Are you dog styling me, Al? Are you really? That's his face when somebody points out the truth to him. And the thing is, I told you, and I've told the story before, I actually Did a thing for Comedy Central. I shot a pilot while I had breakfast with Al Sharpton up in Harlem at Ruth's or wherever the fuck. And no doubt charming and everything, but I was pushing back on a lot of... It was classic. In a perfect world, that show would have went through the roof. Just that scene. All the menus were named after famous black people, and I was pretending I didn't know any of them, fucking Booker T. Washington pancakes. Who's that, Al? I love the Malcolm X waffles with the fried chicken. And then I started, arguing with him. He goes, where'd you learn your politics, DiPaolo? I go, Boston. Oh, geez, Boston. You can't get more raises in Boston, I mean. And he didn't eat anything. I ate his plate and mine. That's why he's so goddamn skinny. I go, what do you do? Pump your stomach after you come to Ruth Ann's? Anyways, can you imagine after the Tawana Brawley shit? I have audio. I was lazy today. I have audio of him in a basement when Mayor Koch was running New York City, shitting on Mayor Koch and saying all kinds of anti-Semitic shit and anti-white shit. This is when he was fat and wore, dressed like Run DMC. And I forgot to pull the clips. But he's a race baiter. He always has been. But he's still on MSNBC. And there's fucking Wallace, Mike Wallace's daughter, sitting there. What's her first name? Dummy Wallace. Named after her dad. But she's just sitting there nodding. Everybody around the table. He's black and he's been around. We can't... Not to mention the fucking fire at the Korean store in Harlem where people died that he fucking had a lot to do with. Yet he's still on TV on, an NBC network. So, yeah, keep following them. Speaking of crazy black people, every time I see these videos, I see the headline first. And anyway, some black chick in Piedmont, South Carolina, they mix up her order, and she handled it like most adults would. She's behind the counter. Make my food. Bullying a little white kid. Look at a poor white kid. Pause it. Where's the fucking manager? Seriously, where's the fucking manager to grab her by her fucking weave and lead her the fuck out or call the cops? Seriously. And how did I know who was going to be involved in this clip before I actually hit play? I must be clairvoyant. That was my nickname in high school, clairvoyant. What happened was she ordered a crunchy chicken grill wrap. She just got a regular chicken. She wanted the chunky fried chicken wrap. She got the grilled chicken wrap. And it really, I don't know if that's what's pissing her off, or is it maybe slavery and that she hates white people. And I'm going to go with she hates fuck. You see her bullying the little white kid? Where's the fucking manager? And the passivity of these poor little white kids, I feel bad for you. You should have went to the fryer later, said, I'll be right with you. And had a cup in your hand like you put soda in. Scoop up a nice cup of grease and fucking douse her with it. There you go. There's your crunchy meat. Ignoramus. Guarantee she's got 11 kids at home too that I'm supporting. Well, Nick, now you sound like Judge Judy. I know. I'd vote for her tomorrow. Make my food. Make my food. Last thing you need is food. Fucking ass on you like Refrigerator Perry. Yeah, you have some crunchy fried chicken in a wrap. I'm sure she was from a two-parent family, too. Oh, Nick, you're bringing all kinds of shit. No, I'm just saying. All these predictions are probably 1,000% right. I did, however, in a drunken rage. I was in Miami, and I ordered a turkey sub at midnight at that famous sub place down there, and I got the sandwich, and there was no fucking turkey in it. It was 2 pieces of bread with lettuce. Not even tomato, just lettuce. But I didn't fucking pull the guy out of the window or whatever. You know, I fucking tossed it off the side of the building, which was very immature. But, you know, I was in my late 20s. I had about 11 drinks. Me just had a great set at Skid Marks or wherever I was. Imagine, though, getting a fucking turkey sub and there's no turkey on it. There's lettuce between two pieces, but there was mayo. How does that fucking happen? But I would not go behind the counter. We see this all the time, don't we? This should be... Never mind putting the National Guard at the fucking Arizona border. Put them at fucking fast food places. McDonald's, fucking Burger King, Arby's, White Castle at midnight. That's where you need the fucking National Guard. Certain people get really cranky when they don't get their chicken right. That goes for all races, by the way. I'm not the... You know what they should do? They should say, we're going to give you a free meal. We apologize. We fucked it up. And then you get some of that chicken juice, that nice red chicken juice. Of course, they don't have fresh chicken in these places, but go out and buy a Purdue chicken and just dump that nice red juice. Tell her it's a nice dipping sauce. She's sitting home fucking shitting like a fucking... I can't say what I'm going to say. Anyways. Nick, why'd you show that video? You know why. Because you're not going to see it anywhere else. Let's get to Antifa, huh? Let's continue the meltdown of the left. These people. I would hang with that black chick that we just showed at McDonald's. I would hang with her for the next 10 years before I'd hang out with a little white Antifa, a little rich fucking pussy, Seattle-raised, West Coast, self-white-hating little fucking faggot. Stunning video out of Portland shows leftist Antifa thugs trying to block and direct traffic while threatening anyone who doesn't obey with violence and calling them white supremacists. Doesn't even have anything to do with race. Just like the Kavanaugh thing, they turned that into an old white men. The whole fucking hashtag Me Too is about old white men. They're bringing race into shit where it doesn't even... What? Unbelievable. The footage was filmed on Saturday, and this is shows a group of about 20 leftists gathered at an intersection. This is Portland, I believe, is it not? Let's take a... And you know who... What's his name? I forget his first name. His last name's Wheeler. Mayor Wheeler. But I want you to watch this closely and see if you notice the most important part of this video. But watch this.
Oh, can I? Well, shut the fuck up. Search guard traffic, dumb bitch.
It's just go that way.
Another piece of ass.
Because I told you to.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Don't hurt
Yeah,
me.
brother.
Just go.
Yeah, you little white little fucker.
Pause it. That's a white guy calling a white guy a white little fucker. Can you fucking imagine? Can you imagine? That's a white guy. You think we're fucked up racially in this country at all? You think there's any deep-seated white hate, self-white hatred? And how do you have to ask yourself, how did he get to that point? By watching MSNBC and CNN and NBC and every other major news outlet and reading the New York Times. Calling a white guy, you little white fucker, his legs are fucking whiter than Fluffernutter, this jerk off with his hoodie up. I mean, what children of... And watch the passivity of the people that are being yelled at in their cars. Would you take that for a second? Seriously, I'd make a hard left, fucking clean them out. You'd hear a thud, and then the second sound, I'd put on my wipers to get their fucking brain matter, which is about 2 ounces of meat, off my fucking windshield. You white fucker. What a fucking coward. Go ahead. Look at the fat...
Yeah, you're a fucking little whitey, aren't you? The First Amendment, get the fuck down the road.
Please just keep going the direction.
Just please turn right,
please
for Christ's
go the
sake.
direction I asked
For
you to
Jesus
go.
Christ's sake, just turn
Please,
right.
you're blocking traffic and they're getting this to
we're
you.
blocking traffic.
You can turn. You can just turn. Just go.
Hey.
Just go.
Are we the ones blocking
Just
traffic?
turn, please. Please just
Now
keep
you're going to have to
going.
wait, 'cause he's got cars coming.
Oh.
What are we doing here?
Oh, you're from South Carolina. You are a little white supremacist. North Carolina, huh?
Right. I'm a white supremacist because I'm white. Are you kidding me?
Go back to North Carolina where you came from. We don't need your KKK in Portland, Oregon. KKK from North Carolina.
Someone shut the fuck up so I can speak.
I got traffic. I got traffic. asked me if I give a fuck. I was talking to him, not you. Thank you very much.
But I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle of the intersection. And if I could have someone come.
Someone get my backpack.
Where is it?
Look at pause. Pause. Look at that. That's a cop who was told to stand down. Does he look like he's gonna fucking? Okay. I get pissed when there's construction going on. I'm in New York City, and like a construction worker tries to put his hand up like he's got a fucking. Anybody ask me to stop? Where's your fucking badge? And how fucking guys in his phone? I'm at the intersection. Fucking be a man. Make a hard left. Seriously. Jesus Christ. Grow some balls. Look at the fucking cop. Just sitting there. Because he was told to stand down, I'm guessing, by Mayor Wheeler, you ballless puss. I wouldn't go to Portland if you gave me a fucking house there. What a fucking... And it was a beautiful, beautiful place at one point. Look at him. Just standing there. Go ahead.
I can't. Well, they're blocking traffic.
Patrick, give it! Patrick, give it! Patrick, give it!
White fucking entitled losers.
I know you to hit me right now. I'll beat the shit out of you.
Oh, real badass.
I'll beat the shit out of you with him. Fuck him. Whoa, 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 whoa. Slow down.
Slow down.
Dumbass, slow down. There's no reason to... You're lucky you didn't hit me. I would have beat your ass. I guarantee you that.
Look, you don't pay my bills. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, there you go. Takes a woman to fucking stand up. Look at this fat twat. Pause it. Look at her. Look at this fucking waste of a human life, of human skin, of human organs. Again, her beef is not with the right. It's with the fucking guy that created her. And it probably took, I'd say, 4 to 5 years with all those fat cells. But she has power now. Why would you listen to these people? If you had to go left, why would you fucking... I've disobeyed cops sometimes. I had to take a piss. I'm trying to get to the Comedy Cellar, and I pretended I didn't see a cop. Look at Portland. Same thing goes on in Seattle. I noticed the stupidity, the PC horseshit really fucking took hold in on the West Coast. Look at her. Oh, God. I hope she has a stick of butter in her fucking aorta and it explodes a week from now. Go ahead. It's the most exercise she's got.
God damn it.
Could smash his fucking face in.
You can't handle the truth.
Portland, huh? I'm always getting requests. Come out, there's great clubs out here. I'm sure I do fucking great. I didn't even show the clip that I pulled yesterday. They chased an old, like, white guy in his car. One leftist douchebag is encouraging the other one to beat him up. And but here's some more of their ilk. Here's another, I don't know what you call him, a social justice warrior, an activist, all around pussy. What? She's, I don't know, this was at like a pro-life thing or something. Take a look at this piece of work.
The property. It's against the law.
Somebody gets raped by somebody.
He's gay.
And they're like, I'm a 16-year-old and I can't have this baby. I think you should keep it?
It's a baby. If someone was raped and she gave birth and she decided to kill her 3-year-old child.
There you go. You just watch what happens. Well, that's a microcosm of what's happening between Republicans and Democrats right now. They're getting their asses kicked in the arena of ideas, so they resort to violence. That is a perfect example. Did you see him wind up? He could have sent it Western Union, that kicker, or got there fucking quicker. He's got a purple hoodie on, looks like a young Mark Maron, doesn't have a friend in the world. I can tell he hasn't showered in weeks. This is the vermin that the fucking hippies of the 60s, these are their grandchildren now. This is the fucking rats that they handed down. They're arguing about a baby. He's like, and he's taking a woman's, he's clearly fucking, yeah. So if a woman gets raped and it's still a baby, so you hit him with logic, and what's he do? Throws a roundhouse kick. Look at the poor people in the background, old people, white people. Oh, my God.
You know, your son looks like a fag to me. You better get married again, because he's going to wind up with somebody's cock in his mouth.
Yeah, she hit him with the fucking truth. That's what she did.
You can't handle the truth.
So if somebody gets raped and they get pregnant and they should have to keep the baby? Well, if that's their fucking choice, head explodes. I'm not even a pro-life person. I'm just defending. Anyways, let's go to Zach in Pittsburgh. Zach, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, Nick?
What's happening?
There's this local leftist group there, and actually booked a couple shows with Terry McNeely, the comic. Are you familiar with him?
Where is this? Portland?
Out in the greater Pittsburgh area.
Oh.
But he's from New York.
Yeah.
No.
So what happened?
But one of the shows was at a friend's bar, and they actually threatened the owner, and they threatened the protest, and they scared him enough where he actually canceled. And that's the dumbest thing they ever did. So I show up now at all their rallies and fuck with them, and they can't stand it. And I actually had this fat Antifa bitch, spray me with mace. Of course, she quickly got arrested, and I'm a former corrections officer, and she standard Antifa member, easily pushing 3 bills. When the mask went off, you could obviously tell she had a tanning bed allergy, and there was a stunning lack of use of the Lady Bic on her armpits and an overuse of the razors on her head. But, so I can proudly say I've been attacked by Antifa.
And this was in Pittsburgh?
A town just outside of Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Jimmy Stewart's hometown, Indiana, PA.
Well, this fat cunt just sprayed me with mace. Well, Zach...
it was...
Go ahead.
Nick, real quick, you'll love this. It was in March, and it was when they have all those women's rallies.
Yeah.
So it was Sunday, and I got up and put on a wig and a dress of lipstick and identified as a woman that day and called myself Zacharella. And I'm marching with all these douchebags. And the one lady, it's perfect what happened. She goes, "What's your name?" I said, Zacharella. She goes, "What's your real name?" I said, Zacharella. I identify as a woman. What, are you a bigot? She couldn't say anything.
Of course not. She created the
thanks
rules.
for proving my point,
Yeah, I love it. Good call, Zach. All right,
Another
buddy.
2. All right.
Zacharella, and I've met Zach. He does not look like a woman by any stretch of the imagination. And unbelievable. But what bugs me is the passivity of the, not so much the cops. I know that bothers me, obviously, but you people in your cars going, what are you, why can't I go right here? You're in a vehicle, step on the fucking gas, and have something in your car with you, like a bat or whatever, at all times. I got pulled over when I came home from college, and I had a bat, and my cop asked me why I had it. I go, I play fucking softball. But he's like, there's fur and blood on it. It was a bat my grandmother used to kill rabbits. One rabbit got away. She's from Italy. She used to eat rabbits, and one of them got away. She used to just break their necks with her had hands like fucking Aaron Judge. Anyways, just quit being so passive and go, fuck you, you fat twat. Get out of my way. And that goes for you too, you ignorant, angry minority. Jesus, wake up out there. Anyways, this was from a few days ago. Oh, the Columbus, Ohio area, I believe. Guess what? They're going to have a social justice park named after Washington Gladden. I'll get to who that idiot was. The park is to be, this is how they describe it, an oasis of hope where past achievements for social justice are recognized and current struggles are revealed. The park is open to all, regardless of beliefs and views. Right. Who are willing to offer open minds and to seek understanding of diverse interests. Well, those don't go together, those things, anymore. You claim to have open minds, but I just showed you what you really stand for. And this is a park that would welcome people like I just showed you in the previous clips. Seek understanding of diverse interests and values and to promote the common good. That means communism. It is to be a safe haven for those feeling oppressed, as well as a starting point for all to build the path to a better fucking future.
Who the fuck said that? Who's the slimy little communist shit twinkle-toed cocksucker down here who just signed his own death warrant?
I first this bugged me, then I'm like, no, I hope they build these parks everywhere. You know why? I get to tear down statues I want to tear down now. That's right. And you're saying, oh, don't tell me I didn't bring it down here. Washington Gladden, who is he? Well, he was born in 1836. He was a leading American congressional pastor, an early leader in the social gospel movement, later in the bowel movement. He was a leading member of the progressive movement, turned into the bowel movement, serving for 2 years as a member of the Columbus, Ohio City Council and campaigning against Boss Tweed as religious editor of the New York Independent. Gladden was probably the first leading U.S. religious figure to support unionization of the workforce. So you know he's a cum stain, in my opinion. Just think of today's Pope. Hides behind his religion, but he's really a politician. He also opposed racial segregation. Oh, he got one right. He was a prolific writer who wrote hundreds of poems, hymns, and articles. So please build a statue of him. I'll be the first one there to piss on it. And I'll show up with my Black & Decker chiseler. Please? I want to tear down a statue of something that I don't believe in. Please build it. Won't you please? By the way, if you guys listen to my Sirius radio show, we were a big fan of that kid on those commercials for, what's the hospital?
St. Jude's.
St. Jude's, little Alec. He had Jay Leno face, but, you know, we loved him. We didn't make fun of him. But I just saw him in a recent commercial he did, and his voice is like, he's the same size and shit, but his fucking voice has dropped 19 octaves. He used to say, well, send you this adorable blanket. Now it's like, well, send you this motherfucking blanket, bitches. Really creepy. Cute as hell, though. And he's showing another. Those commercials get to me. I don't like to see sick children. Unless they vote Democrat. But then they don't vote Democrat. I like to see their parents get sick. I'll adopt the kids, but if their parents, you know, they support Antifa or Oprah or Hillary, I fucking hope they all get really, really sick. Sure I do. That's right from the bottom of my black heart. Anyways, build that Washington Gladden Park, will you please? I can't wait to take a dump on the statue. Anyways, here's another one for you. Here's another one for you. A Rosemount, that's in, this is in Minneapolis area. Special education teacher has been placed on paid administrative leave after posting a tweet Saturday that appeared to call for the killing of new U.S. Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh. Of course it did.
Kill the white people!
The teacher, listed as an instructor at the Intermediate School District 917's Alliance Education Center, has since deleted her Twitter account. But her tweet was captured and shared by scores of users who said they reported it to the FBI and the U.S. Secret Service. And there's a couple of her tweets. She said, so who's going to take one for the team and kill Kavanaugh? Oh, that's funny, you fucking yeast infection in shoes, you. And she also said, I registered to vote today. Our next election is 11:06, but please register. Brett Kavanaugh will be dealing with death threats for the rest of his life being on the Supreme Court. I doubt my Midwest ass is a real threat. Well, you'll find out, spooky spam. I hope you will. A spokesman for the FBI in Minneapolis said Monday that the Bureau was aware of the tweet, which read, so who's going to take one for the team and kill Kavanaugh? Isn't she fucking brilliant?
You're the fucking problem. You fucking Dr. White, onking jamrag, ucking spunk bubble. I'm telling you, H, you keep looking at me, I'm going to put you in the fucking ground. I promise you. Not this time.
The Star Tribune is not naming the teacher because she has not been charged with a crime. Name her anyways. Let's get rid of that fucking rule. Let's get it out there. Well, she's on. Yeah, we could find her if we had to. And I'm sure there's some Korean kid that could really hack into her account. Nick, why Korean? Okay, nice, smart white fella. In a statement on the district's website Monday morning, ISD 917 Superintendent Mark Zuzik confirmed the district received a complaint about an employee over the weekend and placed the employee on paid administrative leave, pending the outcome of the investigation. Also Monday, the Dakota County Sheriff's Office said in a statement that it was aware of the alleged tweet, but neither the office nor Rosemont Police were currently investigating any incidents we believe to have happened at the school. Why the fuck not? Being told to stand down again? The tweet was published hours. If somebody got punched in the vagina, you'd be fucking all over that. The tweet was published hours after Kavanaugh was sworn in and after a bitter week-long nomination. The U.S. Marshal Service is responsible for protecting the federal judiciary. The U.S. Supreme Court also has a small federal police force in the D.C. area. My buddy who's a lawyer sent me this. I guess he might have been listening to the show. It's labeled Minnesota Terroristic Threats Statute. The Minnesota Terroristic Threats Statute punishes anyone who, this is in quotes, threatens directly or indirectly. This would probably be indirectly when you're asking somebody else to do your dirty work. Either way, to commit any crime of violence with purpose to terrorize another, or in a reckless disregard of the risk of causing such terror. The offense is a felony and is punishable by up to 5 years in prison. In order to convict someone under the Minnesota Terroristic Threats Statute, the state must prove that the defendant, 1, threatened to commit a crime of violence, and 2, made the threat with either A, a specific intent to cause extreme fear in another. Well, what else would, how else do you, yes, that's the intent of a fucking threat. Thanks for spelling that out. B, reckless disregard of the risk that it would have that effect. The most commonly seen threat leads to a charge of terroristic threat is a threat to kill someone. During an argument, domestic or otherwise, if a person tells someone, I'm going to kill you, or you make me so mad I could kill you, or any type of similar threat to commit a crime of violence, the speaker will almost certainly face a charge of terroristic threats under the Minnesota Terroristic Threat Statute. Could it be any clearer, you dinkweed? I hope they've gone to this whore's house. The speaker's intent and the context in which the threat was made can both be a defense to a charge of terroristic threats. As noted above, the state has to prove that the speaker made the threat with either a specific intent to cause extreme fear. Well, when you say I want to kill somebody, to cause extreme fear in another, or with reckless disregard of the risk of causing extreme fear in another. The context in which the threat was made is a factor in determining the speaker's intent. In State v. Balster, the Minnesota Court of Appeals noted that the context in which it is uttered determines whether the speaker intends. Okay, that's when talking about actual spoken language. How about in a tweet? Whether the speaker intends the literal meaning or a harmless expression of anger, frustration, or annoyance. This is sometimes referred to as transitory anger, which I have all the time. I mean, who doesn't have transitory? I'm watching a goddamn ball game. I want to fucking kill this coach. Then I don't tweet it, though. But you can't make this. Anyways. Transitory anger is not found in the Minnesota Terroristic Threat Statute, but is a part of the history of the crime of the terroristic threats in Minnesota. Whatever. Now you're talking in circles. Smart actor bullshit. The point is, lock her up. That's my point. Most terroristic threats charges will turn on whether the state can prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant made the threat with the required intent to make the subject of the threat extremely fearful. Somebody says on Twitter, I want to fucking kill you, and I'm a politician, a public figure. Yeah. So I think this is a shut, open and closed case, even for a kind of a liberal place like Minneapolis. That's the problem right there. Fucking legalese. Common sense is gone. Seriously. Anyways, that is it, kids. I have had enough. I'm sure you've had enough of me. Oh, my elbow. Somebody get me some blue emu. That's it. Wednesday, tomorrow is the, we stream live on Facebook and YouTube and other places. And, you can listen to the audio stream live, which is beautiful. Not too many shows do that. And Friday, I think I'm going to do a Friday show because next Monday and Tuesday I'll be shooting something. I told you about the show Stickmen. It's a web series. Hopefully these guys have something to do with Netflix. So God forbid I got my face on TV more than 11 minutes every 10 years. But I have to shoot that Monday and Tuesday of next week. So I'll probably give you an extra show this week. Yeah? Yeah. I can't think of anything else. Go Sox. Houston's waiting for whoever wins this series. The Dodgers are going to play Milwaukee. That's an interesting one. Who expected Milwaukee to go this far? The Dodgers are loaded. Manny Machado, he went deep. And they're loaded. They look good, too. And remember, they lost to Houston last year. But my Sox are going to change that. We can't have a repeat of the same two teams. We just can't. All right, that is it. Remember, you think it. I will say it. I came up with that slogan when I was living in L.A. almost 20 years ago. So if you hear anybody else say it, kiss my grits, okay? We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Thanks again for your support. Bye-bye, everybody.